All right, hi guys, this is Mr. Lewick, and this video is to show you what you need to do to have a final print that's ready for the 3D printer. Now, your design has to follow certain parameters or it won't be printed. So this video is to show you what those are so everyone can go home with a print. All right, so when you get logged in and you first come in, it's going to look like this, your classes. Click on designs. And if you're creating something new, click new. But if you have something you've been working on, you're like, yeah, I think I want to use it, it's going to be under your designs. So this is the one I want to use. Click tinker this. Let it open. All right, here we go. So here's something I've been working on. It's on the work plane. When you're making the design, it's easier to work on things when it's big. Like this is big on here. So that's good. It's okay. So some things you need to be aware of. First of all, to make it easier to make things very precise and move things exactly where you want them, in the bottom right where it says snap to grid, yours is going to say millimeters. All right, so snap to grid, click on this up arrow, change it to 0.1 millimeter. That's very precise. That's going to help you. All right, so here is my design, and there's some things that are not okay. This can't be printed because I have things floating above. Anything that's floating not connected will not print. Not only is my name floating above, but the whole block is. So that's a bad print. So I have to get this block sitting on the work plane. So I'm going to click on it, I use this cone and get it to sit. You're going to notice over here there's numbers and it shows me how far I am from the work plane. Get it to where it says 0. And if you're like, I can't get it, click in this box and type 0. It'll move it right there. All right, so it's sitting on the work plane. That's good. Now my name, I have to get that pushed into my block a little bit. Everything you are printing in your design needs to be connected, smush into something a little bit. So I'm going to click on it, smush it down. All right, that's good. How far is it smushed down? I can see the dotted line through there. But then I have to look at it from different angles and see if it's all connected and sitting. Oh, this is not good. Look, some of my name is off it. So I need to move it over. There, that's better. Now I want to add a hole to this. I'm going to make a keychain. So I'm going to click on this. I have a hole, but that's not where I want it. And when you're making a hole, it needs to be pushed all the way through. It's better if you make it really big, over exaggerate, and then try to get it where you want it. Push it all the way through. Anything that's underneath the work plane won't print. This is a hole. It's not printing anyways. All right, so let's say, okay, I got it. I think I'm done with everything. You have to group your whole print. How do you do that? You have to select everything, click and drag off of it, select box, it's selected everything. Now up here is a grouping button. I click it, it's going to group everything. How do I know? It changes everything to one color and any holes cut through the actual design. Look at it from every angle, make sure it's good. Now, if you are using pre-made shapes, let's just say I drag over this guy. That can be part of your design, but it can't be your only thing because I didn't make anything there. You can't just use something that's already pre-made. It can be part of it. Maybe I want to add it to that. I could do that, but I'm going to get rid of him. Now, this is good, but it's too big. So you need to resize it. In order for everyone to have a print, we have to shrink them down. How do you do that? Well, I click on it and I grab a corner box, and this allows me to shrink it or make it bigger. When you're designing it, you want everything on the work plane. It's easier to design when it's big, but for final print, you have to shrink it. So click that drag box, shrink it down. How do I do it so it stays the exact scale, design, but just shrinks to scale? You press down the shift key, click a corner box, and now it's shrinking to size. So how big? Well, use these boxes. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It needs to fit in 10 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like 10 by 7. Yes, it could be a little over, a little under, but think 10 by 7. And that way, everyone will be able to print something. So you'll work on it when it's in big, but then just shrink it down to size. Last thing you need to do Name it. Right now it has a silly name. So I click over here. You have to have your first name, last name, and your teacher's last name. That's how I know it's from your class, and I can get it to the printer and get it back to you. All right, so that is everything. No lazy prints, no lazy designs. Expect your best work. I know things won't be perfect, but it's easy to tell who's taking their time and who's turning in, kind of like junky stuff. That won't be printed. You won't be time for you to go back and fix things because we are getting a print to every fifth grader. So it's better to take your time, get it right now, and have a print than not have it designed the right way and then you don't get something printed. That kind of stinks. That's the fun part of it. All right, that's it. Good luck.